Hey everybody, hey everybody, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. I know it's been a while since I've been out here. Hey y'all, let me get to these comments, okay? Let's see who's in here. Hey Miss Margot, hey Sagittarius Queen is in the building. April Showers, hey honey. Miss Lori Prince is in the building. Hey beautiful. Hey Kareem. Hey. Yes, honey. Good. I got some moderators. Sagittarius Queen, Kareem the Trucker. Yes. Okay. Hi, y'all. I have missed you guys. Listen, listen. I just wanted to pull up real quick and you know, talk about the young lady, Miss CARLEE Russell. I figured I wanted to bring y'all some news that y'all could use this morning. It was interesting to me. I had been following, the story as with everyone else. But I seen last night the police did the press conference, the Hoover Police Department, and I thought it was quite interesting, right? I listened to it and I was like, you know what? I want to listen to it um with my audience. So I listened to it once. I have not listened to it again. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna listen to it together. And I like to say, ain't that girl, Sagittarius Queen? Isn't that story crazy as hell? But as you can see from the title of my video, I have, the timeline revealed by police, human trafficking or a hoax, right? Um, Also, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hey, you guys. Sorry about that. Sorry. Listen, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb, child. Hey, Rico. Hey, Barn Dog is in the building. Hey, y'all. Thank you guys so much for coming through to kick it with me real quick. I just wanted to come through and talk about the CARLEE Russell story. So as I was saying, like there's a lot of different twists and turns with this, and it's different ways that we can look at it. So I wanted to talk to y'all about it. Oh, thank you, Barn Dog. Thank you, Barn Dog, for becoming a member again. Thank you. Um, yeah, you know what? I got to get up on that membership content. So yeah. So thank you, Barn Dog is going to inspire that. I'm gonna have to give y'all a members only live. I don't too much mind doing those. I can fit those in. Uh Rico the Brat says I could knock her out. Well, listen, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, right? Like, what is the deal? Did she thank you, Barn Dog, for the super sticker. Thank you, honey. So like we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So hold on, let me get the share screen. I want to pull this up. So we gonna go over it. And I know you guys have seen the story. I seen it, but uh you haven't seen you ain't talked about it with me. So we gonna talk about it this morning. Well, have a good day at work, Barn Dog. Good. I'm glad. Just listen to us then. I'm glad we can entertain you this morning. This should be good, right? Hey, Indigo. Yeah, shout out to the couponistas, okay? Hey, 5A. Good morning, honey. We're gonna have the conversation. All right. Um, 5A, why don't you can pull up if you're not busy, pull on up to the live. Now I don't know how to do that connect the live stuff, but if not, you can just chill out in the chat. But if you want to, I've seen them talking about that, but I haven't actually I don't go live that often, so I haven't actually done it. But if at any time you want to uh chime in, I'll drop a link or or you can hop on. Okay. So anyway, this is interesting. As you guys all know the backstory, Carly Russell, the young lady who was allegedly kidnapped or abducted after pulling over on the side of the road to after calling 911 saying that she seen a toddler that was uh running that was walking right on the side of the road. No one else reported seeing this toddler. She called 911. After that, she called family. They reportedly heard her scream. Then she disappears, right? Well, now new information has come out. And of course, all kind of narratives have been spun. Oh, and you know what? One thing that I would hold on one second. Let me grab something real quick. Okay. Thank y'all. So listen, one thing what I want to say, what I will say is this, y'all. Um, okay, fat babe. Um, one thing, what I will say is this, y'all. She, um, the internet, right? I feel like the internet is like an awesome tool that we have now, right? A lot of times it brings light to a lot of situations that wouldn't get light. I mean, people on it, y'all know how these people on the internet be, honey. These internet web sleuths, uh, conspiracy theorists, honey. People will get to it. They'll share, talk about it, and and spin narratives, and sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, and you know the so many narratives were out there about this young lady. What I find to be completely disturbing to me is that um it is reported, and everything that I'm saying is allegedly, okay? I will say that as I'll give my disclaimer ahead of time. Um especially for me. What's disturbing for me is that whereas, like I said, the internet has been good, the tool, people coming together, to get information, to kind of flush out people, to help people to solve crimes, uh, to help people be better protected, to get to the bottom of things. All that is all fine and good, but I heard that because there was a story going around that Carly was involved with a 17-year-old young man or whatever, and that she was possibly pregnant at the time of her disappearance, that somewhat upwards of 60 medical professionals are being investigated and are going to could potentially lose their job for violating HIPAA because they doxed Carly's medical records, y'all. Did y'all hear that? Honey, that's really disturbing to me because listen, it just really is. First of all, because I am a patient, we're all patients, right? We all get medical care. And so just think like for something like that, I mean, for no reason so should anyone dox anyone's medical records, right? Even if it's a nationwide, worldwide story that everybody's looking at, we all work, everybody has a job, right? A lot of us have access to different stuff. In no way should anyone be putting their livelihood on the line or violating anyone's privacy because they wanted to confirm whether she was pregnant or not. So they said that the FBI, of course, the FBI is involved. It's a Fed case. Is investigating, those possible HIPAA violations of up to like 60 medical professionals. I I I'm like, I was just outdone. Really? People be doing the most sometimes. And maybe they think they doing it for a good cause, but whether she's pregnant or not, about a 17-year-old didn't have anything to do with her abduction. It didn't have anything to do with, finding her or making sure she came back safe. So that was absolutely done just being nosy and with malicious intent. And I feel like that they should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law, because that I don't play about stuff like that. We all are vulnerable to those type of breaches. And if we say it's good in one situation, and then before we know it, it'll be our information. Medical information is protected for a reason. Okay. But anyway, I ain't gonna preach y'all down with that, but I just wanted to point that out. Just like, how ridiculous. Let the police handle that. If she was supposedly with a 17-year-old and she's what, 24 or 25, let the police handle that. They're already involved. All that doxing her medical records, trying to see if she's pregnant. That's none of our business. Hey, Leo Beauty. Hey, honey. Hey, Mickey. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through. I sure appreciate it. So anyway, I'm gonna start the press conference. Is this maybe is this one may be a better? I think they might have Trump again in this one. Let's see.
Thank everyone for being here today. Besides me stands the team who played a significant role in this investigation. I want to thank our department, members of surrounding local law enforcement agencies, the FBI, Secret Service, United States Marshals, and ALEA for their assistance in this case. We said from the evening of July 13th, our focus would be the safe return of CARLEE Russell. That occurred on Saturday, July 15th, approximately 49 hours after she called 911 and disappeared. From that point, our focus has been to determine CARLEE's whereabouts during that time and what exactly took place. Let me say up front, this investigation is not over. We're still working this case, and we'll be working this case until we uncover every piece of evidence that helps us account for the 49 hours that CARLEE Russell was missing.
So let me just say this. First of all, I just want to point out that the police, the officer is very much letting us know that this is still an open investigation, right? And that he was very specific in pointing out, that she was gone for 49 hours. And so I don't know how it's going to go, but I have a sneaky suspicion that what they're actually investigating now is not so much necessarily a disappearance or an abduction, but maybe like a hoax, right? Like investigating what they actually are going to be able to do to her. But we'll see. But listen, I'm not even going to focus so much on that, because I want to hit on a couple sides of that, like the depression, desperation, possible reasons. Why would a person, if they were in their right mind, why would a person stage something like this, right? Why would they want to get away? Even and when we get to the parts where on the things that she looked up on her phone, we're going to get into that as well, because all of that stuff is is telling. And a lot of people are all like, oh my gosh, she's full of, but just think about that, you guys. Like, I don't want to condemn her, and I don't want to be quick to judge, because to be honest, I don't know what happened. I know what it may look like, but I wasn't there. And I don't want to, and let me also say this. I'm not going to be one of those people who get up here and say, oh my God, she's going to set us back because Black women already don't get none of this. This is going to be so detrimental to us, because you know what? It's not going to be detrimental to me, because regardless as to whether CARLEE is telling the truth or not, I am still going to stand with Black women, right? When they are victimized, when they are assaulted, when they are abused, just like I have been, irregardless as to CARLEE. I'm not even going to give credence to that. I'm always going to stand with them and believe them until, until it changes, just like I have. So I'm not going to let this change. So the only way that this story, is going to affect us as a whole and the support that we will get is if we allow it, right? We're the only ones that can allow that. So let's not let CARLEE Russell be the gold standard for Black women, right? Because what we do know for sure is that Black femicide is at an all-time high, not only in this country, but nationwide. Right? And we also know that Black women are still the most abused and underrepresented women, not only in America, but nationwide. Okay. So we're not going to lose sight of that part. And we're not going to let CARLEE in her situation, whether she's telling the truth or not, we're not going to even pick up that cross to bear. That's her cross to bear. That's not a Black woman thing. This is a CARLEE Russell thing, right? So I'm not even going with that. That's not our thing. Okay. Yes, and let me mention that we are viewing this press conference for you for purposes of fair use. Thank you.
Missing. However, through the public interest and in some cases public fear that this story has generated, we owe it to our citizens to tell them the facts that we have uncovered. So I will give you the facts that we know today. On July 13th at approximately 8:20 p.m., CARLEE left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows CARLEE concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased.
Okay, y'all. So let's get into that. What do you think? Hey, Kilolo. Hey, Demita. Hey, honey. Thanks for coming to the live, honey. Yes. So listen, what do y'all think? Okay, so they said, and listen, pay attention, right? That this officer is careful to detail these little nuances, certain things, but he's being very specific, right? Like in saying things like she took a bathrobe and some toilet paper from her job. And then, and then you're further go on and see that she stopped some other places. But pay attention to the things, that they're pointing out that she took, because that is just like odd as hell. Because, like, girl, did you run into the woods and you knew you were going to do that and you were hiding out for a couple days and you used the toilet paper to wipe your butt? Like, I got so many questions about that. A toilet paper and a roll. But okay, girl. And the thing about the Red Roof Inn, they said that someone had called as a hoax to her family and said that they seen her at the Red Roof Inn, but the family went there and she wasn't there. So, and the Red Roof Inn has supposedly said that they never seen CARLEE there. So allegedly that whole Red Roof Inn thing is is a lie, but we'll see. But yeah, so we'll carry on. But this is a very strange story, especially with all these details, because then she stole. I heard somewhere. I don't think he didn't say it here, but he said I don't believe. But someone said she stole $107 out of the cash register from her job as well. So I don't know if she stole it that day or if she had stole it before. But anyway, it's interesting, y'all.
Some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:20. of toilet paper, and 13th at approximately 8:20 p.m. CARLEE left work from a business at the Summit. Surveillance video from her place of employment shows CARLEE concealed a dark-colored bathrobe, a roll of toilet paper, and other items belonging to the business prior to her departure. She ordered food from Taziki's at the Colonnade and traveled there. She then traveled to Target on 280, where she purchased some granola bars and Cheez-Its. From there, she remained in the parking lot at that shopping center until 9:21 p.m. when she drove to I-459. CARLEE communicated on her cell phone with individuals known to her while on her path of travel up to the point of calling 911 at 9:34 p.m. And at this time, we will play the 911 call in its entirety.
Hi, I am on Interstate 459, and there is a pig just walking by themselves. Oh, hold on. Where are you? I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hammerhead, like you got by the Hammerhead. Okay, you're before that exit? Yes. Okay, and you headed southbound or northbound? Okay, towards Tuscaloosa or toward 280? Towards Tuscaloosa. Okay, and was the child on the left or right side? On the right side. Were they walking northbound or southbound? They're walking towards Tuscaloosa. Southbound, or how old is it? Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4. Did you pull her with them? Are you still with them? Yes. Okay, you're with the child right now? No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though. Do you mind staying and keeping an eye on them until we get there? Yeah, sure, yeah. Okay, what kind of car are you in? I'm in a Mercedes-Benz.
Can y'all hear?
SUV. I mean, it's a sedan. Sorry. Can you put your hazards on for me? Yeah, they're on. Okay. Did you talk to the child or did you say anything to them? No. Okay. No. Do they look like they're injured? No, they don't. Are they white, Pakistani, or Asian? They're white. Okay. Is it male or female? I think it's a boy, a little boy. White male? Okay, so is he wearing clothes? Yes. Okay. What is he wearing? It's a white t-shirt, and it doesn't look like he has any pants on. It looks like a diaper. And you don't see any cars anywhere? No, no cars anywhere.
So let's say this. Okay. Oh, is it low? Okay. Let me see if I can. I don't know how to turn it up. Maybe try to turn y'all devices up. Let's see. Oh, I don't know how to turn it up. Because my volume, I think, is all the way up. Let me see. Okay. Let me see if I can. Okay. Let me try it again.
Okay. All right. What's your name? My name is CARLEE Russell. And you don't see any injuries on the top from where you're at, correct? No, but I can't believe that I did. Okay. So I keep an eye on them for the best we can because I don't want you to lose track of them. All right. And do they have shoes on? No. Nothing I can see. I can't really see that. Look. Okay. All right. I've got them on the way. Okay. Just try to keep an eye on them, but officers are on the way. Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thank you.
CARLEE called a relative after speaking with the 911 operator. She went missing during that conversation sometime after 9:36 p.m. Traffic camera footage was obtained which depicted this portion of the incident, and that footage was analyzed as part of the investigation in conjunction with the 911 call and cell phone data to accurately determine the time frame. CARLEE's 911 call remains the only report of a child on the interstate, despite numerous vehicles passing through the area at that time. No one has called to report that a child is missing, and the Hoover Police Department did not locate any evidence of a small child walking down the interstate. Data from CARLEE's phone, including her Life 360 app, shows that she traveled approximately 600 yards in her vehicle while she was on the phone with 911, stating that she was following a child. 600 yards. That is 6 football fields straight, 600 yards. The Hoover 911 Center received a second call from CARLEE's mother, stating that a relative was on the phone with her when they heard CARLEE scream, and then they had an open phone line. Hoover police officers arrived on the scene within 5 minutes of being.
So even right there is weird where so she says that they say the footage shows that she called 911 and but she was driving, right? And so she continued on for 6 football fields. So my thing is, if you've seen a toddler and then you started to dial 911, clearly that toddler could not have walked as fast as your car was going 6 football fields down the road, right? Because she didn't say, and it didn't show on the camera that she got out of her car and walked back to where possibly the toddler was. It, you know what I mean? Like it's really odd because it just says that she just basically is saying that she seen the toddler, kept driving. Now she's down the road, and I guess the toddler then run all the way down the road in a diaper. Nobody else seen this toddler running. So these are just some of the things that are really odd about this case. And yeah, it just gets odder, guys. It doesn't get better. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out as well. That it's very odd that a child that's a toddler, right, would be able to keep up with a car that's in motion down the highway. Yeah. And when she stops, that the toddler is actually outside of her car. So that part.
Dispatched, and several other officers arrived shortly. They located CARLEE's wig and cell phone in the grass near the vehicle. Her purse was located in the front seat of her vehicle with her Apple Watch in the purse.
And listen, why did she leave her wig? Listen, a very wise person told me one time that you can tell crazy from their hair, right? Either their regular hair or their wig and they makeup. Okay? And I really, really, really think that she's honestly telling the truth. And the officer, I don't know if that's slick shade or what, for them to let us know her wig was on the side. Maybe she wanted to look real crazy. Maybe she really did go crazy. Because you know what I'm saying? That hair thing, like her wig and her makeup. I mean, her wig, she took her wig off and left it on the side of the road. But I mean, she probably did it, I guess, to indicate a struggle. You know, I guess that was the whole my wig came off. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying either way whether she's telling whether this is true or not. I am just going over the facts as they have been presented. A struggle or a struggle to be a struggle, perhaps. Yeah. And Kilolo, you said something that was interesting. You said they always defame their character to make them to justify what's about to happen to her. That way we can't cry Black Lives Matter because she was a thief, because she stole from a job. Yeah. I can understand. I can understand how you feel about like that. But as I said before, I'm not looking at this as this is a black woman's problem. This is CARLEE Russell's problem. Whatever, mental or whatever thing she has going on in her life that caused her to do this, if it is indeed as it appears that that she kind of staged this, that this was a hoax, as opposed to human trafficking, as she's trying to say, because it's very odd as well that she's not really wanting to make statements to law enforcement. She's not really being as cooperative as you would think one would be. But you know, on the flip side of that, everybody processes trauma differently, right? So I don't know. It Sagittarius Queen says it's odd that a toddler would be walking on a road like that by himself. I wouldn't walk a highway. Right. You always gotta look at it like that, Coupon. Amen. That's right. Fight the power, Kilolo. Absolutely, honey. Okay, so here we go. Carry on.
The food she ordered for Taziki's was also in the car. The items she purchased from Target, as well as the items taken from her place of employment, were not in the vehicle, nor were they located anywhere around the scene. Hoover police deployed all available assets from the point.
Now, mind you, this is an interesting point too. Listen, the food that she ordered was in the car still, but what was not in the car, they're being really specific and pointing out the stuff she stole from her job, like the robe, the toilet paper, right? And the stuff she got from Target, which were the snacks, the Cheez-Its, and whatever else they said she bought, right? Those things were not in the car. So, did the kidnappers reach in and grab her snack bag and her robe and all that stuff, you know what I mean, out of her car when they was so-called snatching her up? I don't know. But yeah, just take note of that as well. That the snacks that she actually bought at Target and that were not in the car, which we can assume that they went with her. All this is allegedly, and it's just my opinion.
Point in the search for CARLEE. Additional resources were called in to include our own drone unit, crime scene investigators, numerous detectives responded to the scene. Throughout the day Friday, officers from surrounded local and federal agencies assisted Hoover police in the search for CARLEE Russell. Officers returned to the scene on 459 to conduct a thorough line search for evidence. K-9 teams from the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department responded to check for any sign of CARLEE, the child that she claimed to see, and anything else that could be considered evidence in this case. Those searches all turned up empty. Private citizens, including search parties organized by our family, friends, began looking everywhere that they could to find any trace. These searches took place throughout the day Friday and again on Saturday, yielding nothing. At 10:44 p.m. on July 15th, the Hoover 911 center receives a call from CARLEE's residence stating that she returned home on foot. In subsequent investigations, detectives obtained surveillance footage of CARLEE walking down the sidewalk alone prior to arrival at her residence. She was conscious and speaking with paramedics when she was transported to UAB. Detectives were able to obtain a brief statement from her prior to being treated and released. During the statement, she told detectives that while traveling down the interstate, she saw a baby walking down the side of the road and called 911. She stated when she got out of her vehicle to check on the child, a man came out of the trees and mumbled that he was checking on the baby. She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. The male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. She said that they took her into a house and made her get undressed. She believes they took pictures of her, but she does not remember them having any physical or sexual contact. She stated the next day she woke up and was fed cheese crackers by the female. She said the woman also played with her hair but could not remember anything else. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was.
Now, I'm so glad he said that because that's why I kept pointing out the fact about the snacks from Target, right? So she bought some Cheez-Its, some cheese crackers from Target. She bought some cheese. Sorry, y'all. She bought some cheese crackers from Target, and um, then it's funny that she tells the police that her captors, you know, fed her cheese crackers and did her hair. And I'm like, your captors, so you mean to tell me they took your snacks that you bought? Is that what you're saying? Or did they get the what, what's up with these cheese crackers? Was she feeding herself the cheese crackers? Oh, hey, Mickey, you think they're trying to besmirchify her name? Okay, that's a good point. That's a good point. Listen, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. That's why I'm here. We're gonna I want to talk about all sides of it. Because it could be, right? It could be a smear campaign. Or really we know how mainstream media is, right? And we're like, oh, well, they said what they said. Well, we know that, you know, agencies, police agencies, federal agencies, they're known. It's not nothing for them to put a story together and take an ad and only put out what they want to put out to run a certain narrative. They do it all the time. So I am fully aware of that. I'm fully aware that even in this press conference, we may not be getting the whole story. It may not be being represented, the way it is. I understand that. That is highly possible. And without CARLEE speaking out, you know, we're left up to what they're saying and conjecture at this point.
Was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area. She told detectives she ran through lots of woods until she came out near her residence. During this interview, detectives noted that CARLEE had a small injury to her lip, and she claimed that her head was hurting. She also had a tear in her shirt. Detectives also noted that she had $107 cash in her right sock. Out of respect for CARLEE and her family, detectives did not press for additional information in this interview and made plans to speak with her in detail after giving her time to rest. Detectives continue analyzing data from CARLEE's cell phone that was left behind at the scene. We enlisted the help of the United States Secret Service in conducting this analysis. Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to her disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "You have to pay for an Amber Alert," was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term "Birmingham bus station" was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction, was conducted. There were two searches related to Amber Alerts on a computer at CARLEE's place of employment, including one regarding the maximum age of an Amber Alert. There were other searches on CARLEE's phone that appeared to shed some light on her mindset, but out of respect for her privacy, we will not be releasing the content of those searches at this time. We've asked to interview CARLEE a second time, but have not been granted that request. As you can see, there are many questions left to be answered, but only CARLEE can provide those answers. What we can say is we've been unable to verify most of CARLEE's initial statement made to investigators, and we have no reason to believe that there is a threat to the public safety related to this particular case. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think it's at the end of the video. Yes. So that's the end of the police conference. And so there were some interesting things that they pointed out. And you know what? I think it's interesting that you guys hold on. Hold on. Okay. I think she's dealing with mental issues. You think she's dealing with mental issues, Valerie? Kareem said, bruh. What you mean, bruh? I am I am going to I'm gonna drop I'm gonna drop a link in case anyone wants to come up and share their views. I think you guys have touched on some interesting things. Hey, Mickey said that she believes they're trying to besmirchify this black woman's name and she hates how they're treating her, right? Some people believe that Carlee is just trash because she made this up. Some people, some people feel like she's getting a bad rap. I feel like that it's quite possible that she is suffering from mental illness, maybe being overwhelmed, right? Sometimes, a lot of times, especially black women, we have expectations put on us, and a lot of times we don't know how to properly navigate those expectations, and our emotions, and and things like that. So um sometimes, she may have been having, a bipolar manic moment, you know what I'm saying? Even when and it was like, well, she premeditated it. You can very much so be still bipolar or manic, and in the moments that she was looking, because it can last. You can have a manic state, right? Sometimes she may have just wanted to escape life, being so desperate, or not being able to face whatever was going on in her life at the moment. Who knows? You know, I heard that there was some talk about her possibly had flunked out of nursing school or something like that. It could have been something with her boyfriend. Who knows? But what I do know, that I don't think that we should demonize her, because I think that one thing to me that is clear is that the young lady um needs help more than anything. Oh, Valerie says, didn't she catch her boyfriend with a stripper and then she was kicked out of nursing school? A combination of all that may have took a toll on her. That's possible. The movie, Kareem said, the movie Taken, and she just so happened to come out the woods conveniently near her home. Kareem, listen, what if she necessarily didn't come out directly near her home? It wasn't actually like that, but the police are just kind of summing it up because we haven't heard her side of the story. So you trying to say that you don't believe that the authorities had some, and mainstream media can put out a certain narrative to make it look a certain way to sway public opinion, and we don't always have all the facts, right? Hey, Mickey says, we have protested much. We have protested too much about the media not reporting black girls missing, so they're paying us back. Oh, hmm. Yeah. See, so yeah, that's quite interesting. There's one other thing I want to show you guys. People were talking about the interview that the mom and dad had done, right? I want to show y'all that clip before I wrap it up. Um, yeah, I went ahead, I dropped the link. Yeah, I want to show you guys one more thing, and let's see this right here. Because
That moment you all first laid eyes on her again,
I
what was
mean,
it?
the dad's body language, and he made just look like that or whatever, whatever. But they were saying that he looked suspicious. It was this, it was that. It was interesting. So I just want to look at this clip real quick and see what you guys think. And before I get out of here. And I thank you guys so much for stopping through and and let me share my thoughts about this with you guys. I miss you guys, and hopefully we can have more conversations like this um in in the future. Honey, y'all know I got a big mouth. I be having a whole lot to say about a lot of things, so I need to just say it here with y'all, right? So maybe anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and we will take a look at this real quick, and let me know what y'all think about the father.
Again, what was it like?
To me, I mean, just so much joy.
This morning, in an exclusive sit-down with NBC News, the parents of 25-year-old CARLEE Russell are speaking out, describing the moment their daughter appeared on their doorstep after being missing for more than 48 hours.
What did you do when you saw her?
We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. So we had to stand back and let medical professionals work with her. But it's
Last Thursday, police say CARLEE called 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the interstate. She pulled over while on the phone with a family member who described hearing CARLEE scream.
Her vehicle's unlocked, running. All her personal belongings except for her phone.
On the scene, police found no sign of CARLEE or a child, and they say no children were reported as missing during that time period. The Russells waited in agony until Saturday night.
there were actually just so many calls and texts from people who maliciously lied to us. I just didn't know people could be so evil.
Authorities have not indicated where CARLEE was during the 48 hours she was missing or what happened. Her parents declined to share what their daughter told them, citing the ongoing investigation.
And can you tell me what happened Saturday night? Did you just get a knock at the door?
Anything leading to the case itself, we can't discuss that.
But they say speculation about the circumstances surrounding CARLEE's disappearance are only making things worse.
She's having to deal with the trauma of people just making completely false allegations about her.
Her family now urging the public to let the investigation play out, but mentioning an abductor. Her mother asking to read a brief message to the public.
CARLEE has given detectives her statement so that they can continue to pursue her abductor.
Do you believe that there's an abductor still out there?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
NBC News has reached out to the Hoover Police Department to ask whether they're looking for an individual involved. Police have just said they're following up on all information provided by CARLEE.
And when I talked to you all on Saturday, you also said your daughter is a fighter and she would find a way back to you.
I felt that in my heart.
Is that what happened?
She did. She found her way back to us. However, we can't discuss the details of that.
But they say one thing is clear.
Do you believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
But she made it back to you.
She made it back.
Yeah, she did make it back. All right, Priscilla, so investigators are obviously busy on this case. What are they looking into going forward?
Yeah, Hoda, right now they're analyzing that initial 911 call and also that traffic cam video showing that car driving on the interstate very slowly with its flashers on, believed to be CARLEE's car. And of course, they're looking at the evidence from the crime scene, including the car and her cell phone, which was found on the roadway nearby. Police say that they have been able to account for all of her steps leading up to her disappearance, but those 48 hours when she was gone still remain a mystery. Hoda?
Yeah, leaving behind her phone, her pocketbook, and all those things, a lot of things that investigators are looking into. Priscilla, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday.
Hey, Chipper. Hey, boo. Hey, so Miss Lori says, so coupon, they made her get naked, touched her hair. Hold on a second, y'all. My grandson needs to eat cereal right now. So he's in the background. Come on, son. It is. Open right there. Right in front of your face. On the second shelf, honey. Oh! Get the milk. Oh, okay. Hey, Chipper. Oh, I already spoke to Chipper. Look, the young man just broke my train of thought. Okay. Chipper says that she will not Jussie Smollett him. She would not smoke at him. And listen, a lot of people feel that way. Um, some people, feel like she's getting a bad rap. And again, so Miss Lori was saying that they made her get naked, touched her hair. Let me stop this screen share. So Miss Lori said that they made her get naked, touched her hair, then had her get dressed with the $107 to put back in her shoe. Exactly. That is odd. I don't know. That like, why wouldn't they take the $107, right? And if they were gonna, and it seemed to me like they possibly fed her with her own cheese crackers. And but listen, I don't know but what I do know is that if even okay, so if this young lady was not abducted, she is clearly in need of help, right? This was a cry for help. Even her, like, oh, she planned her runaway or whatever. Um, Sometimes maybe she felt so bad, maybe she felt so overwhelmed that she just needed to run away. Maybe she didn't see another way out. Maybe she just did. They said she made a Greyhound search on her phone. Maybe she made that search because she wanted to just get on a bus and just get away from everything, right? She had been through a lot. She had problems in nursing school. I'm sure she had other things going on. She's a young lady, and maybe those things became overwhelming, and she did not know how to properly emotionally handle those things. She says, once the story broke, I went to my knees crying and praying for God to bring her home safe. Yes, and he did. So amen. Yes. Hey, Indigo. Hey, honey. Yeah. And I agree, Valerie. Hey, Aston. This story just doesn't sound right. Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't. But at the end of the day, even if she made it up, like, for me, I still feel like I have compassion for her, and because I know that there's something going wrong. There's something going on, right? She No reasonable person does that. And maybe she was looking up for like Amber Alert, and there was some stuff that they said that they would not show. Maybe that was stuff she was looking up about, possibly unaliving herself or something like that. We don't know, because maybe it was that sensitive, so they didn't share that information with the rest of her searches. So it could be that she was just trying to get away, and looking for ways to, like, maybe get away and stay alive, and then possibly, if she couldn't do that, then possibly getting away by not being alive. Either way, I think she needs help, and she needs our prayers. She messed up by calling the police, right? Now I agree with that. She should have just disappeared or whatever. If she staged this, she should have just, I mean, I don't know, because her family would have been looking for her as well, and but she could have played it off once they found her and said, "Listen, I never called the police. My family said I was abducted. I never said I was abducted. I never made no distress call or anything to the police." You know, then she could have let her family just look for her or whatever. But by her calling, making that distress call, and then screaming in the background, being on the phone call with someone else, she set this thing up to go kaboom. And I would really love to know what she was thinking, how she thought this would possibly end, right? Clearly, she was not trying to, like, just go kill herself, because if people unalive themselves all the time when they're serious. She had plenty of opportunity to get into a place where she was by herself and do that. She wouldn't have called the police. She wouldn't have called family members, calling out for help, if that's what she wanted to do, right? So that's the thing for me as well. I don't know what her motive is. I'm finding it hard to come up with a motive. Uh, but listen, I'm using my logical brain, and potentially maybe she is um suffering from, some mental illnesses, and they're not and potentially not using logic, so I got to recognize that as well. So I don't know, I don't understand it. I think it's I don't understand what her motive would be, why she would do something like that. I didn't understand Jussie Smollett either, okay? So I didn't understand him either. Chat. Hey, oh no, just passing through to thumb up the live. Thank you. Yes, yes, guys, please, 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 please like the video. And if you would be so kind, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be bringing you guys more content like this. It'd be more like my couponing and stories like this. Um, and if you're interested in stories like this and don't mind, hearing it from me, subscribe to the channel. When I go live, come over and support. Um, I don't do mess or anything like that, so I won't be having, doing all that. But I definitely am, very much so gossip city when it comes to stories like this, and having real conversations. Um, I don't know if they should do a mental health check on her. However, from what I'm understanding, Kareem, she's really not being very cooperative, right? And you can't force. She's not, unless they are charging her, and even when they charge her, you can't force um a person, to comply. Really, what I'm saying? She's not, unless she's under some type of court order, and she hasn't been charged with anything. So I don't think, she went to. They say she went to the hospital initially, but after that, I don't really think she went back, or she's really outside of the statement she gave. Y'all heard the statement the man said she gave. That's all she said. So I don't know if she lets them. They definitely need to. Her family should be advocating for, her to have that type of care, and they should be pushing for her to get the help that she needs, not necessarily buying more into this illusion. Because her mom, you just heard her mom. Her mom very much so is still saying that she believes there was an abductor. She believes her daughter. And again, we don't have all the information but from what it looks like, and there could be something there, right? But I don't know. Her and her family better understand that they reside in Proud Bay land, aka Trump land. It won't end well around there in Hoover, Alabama. Oh wow. Chipper. Press conference was done for the country as well as to give the family info that she had it planned out. Press conference was done for the country as well as to give the family info that she had it planned out. You saying that they dropped the bomb on the family too during that press conference? Child, messy. So the police messy, huh? Messy boots. Valerie says, I feel her family had high expectations of her. And when she was kicked out of nursing school and losing her boyfriend, I think she was just overwhelmed and didn't know what to do. That's possible. Yes, highly likely. Why did she snatch her Amazon wig off and leave it at the highway? I have no clue, Chipper. I said the same thing. Like, what's up with taking that wig off? What's up with the wig, child? I got one more little clip if I can find it. This is so funny. I was like, somebody's going to turn this into a meme, honey. Um. Let me see if I can find it. This was too funny, and I'm going to end with this. Just a little kiki. Um. Oh, where did I see that at? Oh my goodness. I was trying to find the original like news broadcast of it because I don't want to. I think somebody else had it on their channel, but I don't want to. Um, let me see. Let me see. No, that's not it. I don't know. I'll have to find it and post it on my community wall. Because it definitely is going to be a meme. The basically the man that had helped. I guess he's a community advocate down in Hoover, and he was like, if y'all, he said we want Carlee to come home. If y'all got her locked up, if you got somebody locked up, kidnappers, if you got somebody locked up, tied up, you got them tied to a chair, put down in a basement, let them go. Let them go. It was so freaking funny. Definitely was a meme. And it was a black guy. I said, honey, it always be us, baby. We always, you can't top it, chat. We always break the internet. So anyway, y'all, I like to thank you guys. We're like a little bit over an hour. This has been great. I'd like to thank you guys. If no one wants to come up, I had already dropped the link. Nobody hit the link. I thank you guys for coming by and having this conversation with me. I will come back and talk to you guys soon. I'm going to post some things on the community board about some upcoming things that I'm going to do. And yeah, let me know down in the comment section on the replay, y'all, what y'all think about it. If anything else comes out, we can continue this conversation. But at this point, we're just gonna wait and see what happens, and see if they charge her or if they, put her in a position where she can get the help that she needs. Because I believe clearly, the young lady, if nothing else, is more than likely needing at least minimum mental help. Okay. I want y'all to know she is kind, she is smart, she is Prudy from the movie. Oh, the hell. Oh Lord, Chipper. Oh wow. I think the press conference was to reassure the town that they were safe. In other words, she was lying. Oh, yeah, well, Valerie. Anyway, y'all, thank you guys very much for coming through. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Y'all stay prayed up and peace.